Maybe this information overload is just the American people. This is too much. I don't even know how to deal with this. Hello, this is Carrie O'Donnell from Tarot Soul Writer. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please go to my website, tarotsoulwriter.com, and I'd be happy to do a reading for you. Today's video is on Joe Biden. Before we get into the video, I hope everyone had a very pleasant and restful Thanksgiving. I know I did. I took some time out to connect with my family and to start preparing for the Christmas holidays, which is always a big deal around here. But by the time I got to Sunday, though, my guides were really pushing me to get on video making. So I want to start by saying, yes, 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 I am doing 2025 predictions. In fact, I've already started them. I've been working on January's predictions. I've also been working on a series of small videos that are leading up to my January 2025 predictions that are a reflection on my 2024 predictions. As you know, soul writing is a little different. The way things come out are a little different. And I'm interested in the process just like you are. So I am going to kick off my videos with an explanation of the process and how I put everything together. And this is a process that is my process and the way I perceive it. It may not be what other psychics or other channels perceive, but I wanted you to know where I was coming from. And we are going to move into those little short reflective videos on what I got right and what I got wrong in 2024 as we count down to January 2025. Now, there is a reason why I'm waiting this long this year, and I believe that this reading on Joe Biden will be a big explanation as to why I'm waiting to January 1st to start premiering my predictions. I do feel like we are in this very strange in-between void in which people have to make decisions and something needs to come together in order to forge an exact direction. At this time, I feel we are still at a crossroads and that there are certain things that can happen or certain directions we could go in that have not been decided yet. So for more explanation on that, let's get into this reading on Joe Biden. I started the reading asking Spirit in meditation, does Joe Biden know the election was stolen? What are his thoughts and feelings right now around this situation? Will Joe Biden stand up for America, or will he just walk away? If he stands up, will he be successful? Spirit, help me to understand. And this is the answer I got. I began with the star card. This is my symbol for America, and I also keep hearing it's in the stars. Hold the calm after the storm. I have faith in the betterment of humanity. Be practical, seeing the situation as one part of a big picture issue. I have a deep connection with the divine. I pray. I understand how this will affect the world. I am playing the long game. I am committed. Not everybody will agree with my choice. Conserving resources. In the beginning, I got a lot of what I feel is Joe Biden's inner thoughts right after the loss. And I believe it or not, that Biden in the beginning felt like he should gracefully work at transferring power. I think he really believed in checks and balances and believed that those checks and balances would save the union. And at the same time, I felt like he was trying to defend his position. Sort of like, I understand how this will affect the world. There was a little chip on his shoulder when I got that line. Like, don't question me. Like, I feel like this is just one little blip and we can get through this and the union will hold. And he also said that not everybody will agree with my choice. So at the very beginning, I was a little disappointed. I think he was really thinking, okay, it happened. We're just going to move forward, hope for the best, and believe that America will hold. I don't know. That's the sense I was getting. Then, new chapter. Computers and astrology meet. It's in the stars. Pattern-based systems, networks, the internet. Handling this with grace and poise. I am connected to an unusual independent organization. I have clairvoyance too. Cool head, creative imagination, doing the right thing at just the right moment. I have hope. I have faith. I believe in the promise of America and its values. This is my destiny. Here, after the initial aftermath, he seems to be getting direct information that says that this election was lost in the stars, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. For more details on that, you may want to look at my Elon Musk video called Leon. He seems to be getting this information not from government intelligence directly, but from some, as they put it, unusual independent organization. I really don't know what they mean by that, but it seems to be separate from traditional American intelligence. So maybe this is some sort of foreign intelligence. Maybe this is something to do with computers or information systems. So it's like a separate organization that gave him some sort of evidence. But after he gets evidence or message about that, he seems to make a decision to do something. But there's a sense like, be calm, be graceful. I know this information, but I'm going to play it cool head. Because if we're going to do something, it has to be precise. It has to be based on facts, right? It has to be planned out. But he had hope and faith in American democracy. I thought it was interesting, the line, I have clairvoyance too, which makes me feel he did have a gut feeling or felt he saw that the election may have been stolen, allegedly, or for entertainment purposes only. But now he knows, he has some sort of information. This is when his attitude changes. We fight, trying to right a wrong. I move to slay the dragon. And at that point, I saw a medieval fighting scene, and he was a king on his horse, holding up the sword with, looked like thousands. Like, that's kind of how it looked, like this epic sort of movie scene where there were thousands of soldiers behind him and he was in the front, like, let's fight, let's move forward, let's go. Okay, let's go. That's when I got a messenger carries a warning. This will take mental and verbal acuity. Very interesting word. I even paused on that. Acuity. Think, analyze, discriminate. Analyze everything critically. I must not be headstrong or impatient. Make sure you take in all perspectives. Access research, analytical works, planning agencies, law enforcement, communications. I'm leading a crusade. Time is an issue. Shaving off minutes. Have courage. Airplanes. Someone is leaving in a hurry. Attack. In this section, it starts with a lot of gung-ho. I think that battle scene is like, yes, attack. Let's go.
Let's go.
And then somebody says, okay, slow down. Slow down. This isn't just about just going after it. And that's when Biden's consciousness almost says, okay, I can't be headstrong. I can't just take my perspective. I need to slow down. I can't be impatient. This is going to take some time. And whoever this messenger is, it almost seemed like when they said take other perspectives, you need to listen to all perspectives. Makes me feel like maybe we're dealing with our allies, that we're dealing with something globally, not just the people around him, because I think that they would go along with his perspective. But I feel like someone was warning him as we need a world perspective and you really need to listen. And there needs to be a plan here, and everything needs to be analyzed, and there needs to be law enforcement that's in on this. So this seems to be an investigation, but also a plan with many, I'm going to say many nations. This felt more global to me. That's when they said with the airplane, someone's trying to get away, attack. I mean, again, go back to my video on Leon. I think we might be dealing with Musk at this point, or people that were involved on an initial level dealing with potential election manipulation. Those people seem to be going down first. So when I did that reading on Leon, a lot of people were, I think, inferring that that meant Trump was going down. That's not necessarily true. I feel like that reading was just about Elon Musk. I don't know the timing on that when I did it, but I did get a sense that maybe Musk and easier targets might be the first to go down. And I do feel like this has something to do with our allies, or that there's a group effort here. And then I saw Biden in that white room. I feel like when I see Biden in the white room, it's almost like I'm going into his private prayer at that point. And I got nostalgia. There is no time for relationships now. Yes, I remember the good times. Feeling the loss of your companionship. I have pushed too hard. I am weary. I need more support. There are still obstacles, a lack of cooperation, theft. I am surrounded by people who do not share my values and goals. In this white room, I do feel like he was speaking with someone who had passed on. I know he has a strong connection to his son, but I was actually getting a female energy. And that line, feeling the loss of your companionship. I'm going out on a limb, but I feel like he was talking to his first wife and having a conversation with her. Maybe this is even more relevant because he just pardoned his son, their son. But I do feel like there was a conversation he was having in the state of prayer. He was confessing that he felt alone, that there wasn't enough time for relationships, that he was nostalgic for the past, maybe when things were happier. He admitted he was tired. And most importantly, he was opening up about how people around him were not being cooperative. Now, this could be trying to get our global allies on the same page, but it also could be a reference around the government and how people in his government are not on the same page or do not share the same values he does. And just being sad about that, like nostalgia. Remember when we were on the same page? Remember when there was a certain set of values that all Americans shared? I used to joke, remember when Nazis were bad and everyone agreed? I often make that joke around the people around me, but it was something like that. Remember when there were certain things that were just easier, certain lines in the sand. Then I got something or a section that I wasn't really sure how to interpret. I got the conclusion, a setback, a fall, sharing with the country. There is both success and suffering. Information overload. I really didn't know what was happening there, but I do feel like he was addressing the nation in some way. Maybe that's the moment where certain information is released. Maybe this information overload is just the American people. This is too much. I don't even know how to deal with this. There is both success and suffering. So there is good and bad that is coming from this address. And they did say it was a setback. So something was happening. I'm not really sure what the setback is. I'm still trying to figure that out. But this seems to be a moment in which American people learn something. Then I heard, you have the responsibility to do what is expected, even if you are resentful of who you serve, even when burdens are unjust and cruel. Be proud of your ability to help others. Now, this could be part of a speech to calm the nation, but what I was feeling more was this was a direct address to the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court to do what is right, to do what is right for America, no matter who you serve. Just because you don't like him or like the Democrats or you don't like the Republicans, it doesn't matter. It's like, put those things aside and do what is right for the nation. That's what I was feeling more. So that could be part of this address, not just to the people themselves, but also to the other branches of government. He continues, persevere. This is the home stretch. It is a gamble, but success at any cost. The rewards for doing so are great. And then I got the month of December. I must hit the target, the bullseye. Nothing else counts. Keep the country in balance. We don't see the light yet. I have not made my final decision. Making a plan, a blueprint. I am in control. This is what's possible. Pay attention to the details. Be precise. Slowly. The potential of the world is at your fingertips. I will imagine and create what is possible for the next chapter. I'm drawing a line in the sand, ruling party. Now, this is interesting because technically the ruling party is the Democrats. So I don't know if there was a line in the sand, but it could be for the next to the Republicans, the ruling party to be. I'm drawing a line in the sand. And technically the House has control. So there seems to be some sense that we're doing this and you're going along with this, or there are certain things that I am not going to take from you. That seemed to be the feeling I was getting from Biden. There's something going down here, and I feel like the address of the nation is in on part of it, or maybe it just happened. I don't know if I got these paragraphs backwards, but there is some sense that what's coming up is a gamble. I don't know if we're going to win or lose. I don't even know if I'm going to act on this. So maybe this is to actually take down or to prove in some way that Trump is not the legitimate president. Maybe going that far is not something that he has decided to do yet. He's trying to figure out what's possible. That was one of the lines. There also seems to be messages that he has the world at his fingertips. There are people in the world that can help him with this problem and that he should take this slow. Really try to make a plan, once again, to be precise. Then I heard, believe in what you cannot see. Anything is possible. Follow your highest consciousness. I will illuminate the way forward. I am stability. So there is this moment in which spirit seems to be speaking to him, through him, and he acknowledges that he is the light forward, that he is stability moving forward, that this is part of his destiny. Then a shift, a miracle, they say. I got intense cleanse and I saw the vision of fire. Keep in mind that this may not be literal. It could be figurative, but I just got a scene of burning. The energy is unforgiving. We need to build back better. Sometimes chaos is needed for new growth to take hold. Change is afoot, an epic ending. We have crossed the point of no return. Morality, sir. Now, I wanted to explain kind of what I was feeling when this section was said. This intense, unforgiving energy, this cleansing energy, we need to build back better. Sometimes chaos is needed for new growth. This could be a takedown of people in the government, a cleansing of people in the government all at once, for people who may have been involved in illegal activities. That would be an epic ending. Kind of picture it. Picture it. December 2024. All the people, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, the Jim Jordans, anyone who may have been in on something allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, taken down or cleansed with one swoop. You're no longer in the government. Epic ending. Or this might be something foreign. And the reason I say that is that line, morality, sir. I did get a feel of Putin, that there was something Putin was doing that was immoral. And there was a call on him. There was a call like, no, the world will not accept this. Morality, sir. If that's the case and there's fire and a cleansing or an epic ending, maybe this is the epic ending of Putin. Or maybe this is a time where the allies get together because something has happened with the Ukraine war where the allies are like, enough. And that this is part of the beginning of the end. This could be something that happens around Ukraine or in Europe, something that Putin does. That's the end. Like that's the line in the sand, which tends to be a theme here, that we're drawing a line in the sand. So we'll have to see what that is. But they did say epic ending. Then I felt like I was back here, like in the United States, like with the people. And I heard collective anger, face your fear, let go of the past. You can no longer go back to what once was. I thought maybe that this was a message to MAGA, the people who followed Trump. It's like, you can't go back. You have to face your fear. And that collective anger could be them. But the collective anger could be us.
What?
If things are not going to plan, if Trump is inaugurated, the collective anger could be the Democrats. And it could be a message for the Democrats to face our fears, to let go of the past, and to move forward somehow. I don't know, but I felt like more I was with MAGA. Then I heard, the road is now clear. I see the sun again. Make bold and fearless decisions. Move toward your destiny. There are limits on my freedom to act. I have the key to find a new way forward with private communication. He prays. Heal our nation. I think here, after these events, whatever these events are, it seems like spirit was pushing him. Like, it's time to make bold decisions now. It's time to move forward and really change the landscape here in some way. But Biden was saying these are stressful choices. And I have limits as the president. I can't just do what I want. There are limits on my ability to act. But then he seems resolved. I'll find a way. I do have the key. I do have solutions. I can find a legal way forward. And it has something to do with private conversations or communications. So maybe this is intelligence. Maybe this is messages from his allies to try to figure out a way forward here. And then there is the praying for the healing of our nation. So whatever these happenings are, this intense cleanse, this epic ending, whatever's going on here, it's splitting us apart. There's going to be some chaos here. There is anger. There is collective anger. I don't know which side it's on. Maybe it's both. But I think that's why Biden turns to prayer again. Heal our nation. And then the conclusion: use your gifts to their fullest capacity. Trust the gifts you have been given. Trust the process. Only clarity and the willingness to change is effective now. Be in the world, but not of it. Rectification must come before progress. Be still. Nothing in excess. Silence the noise of your mind. Don't listen to your ego or be influenced by others. What comes from your heart? Listen to that inner voice. Your inner truth is the divine truth. And then I saw the scene from Star Wars, because my guides know I'm a Star Wars lover, when Luke Skywalker is making his final run to the Death Star, and he hears Obi-Wan Kenobi say, "Use the Force, Luke." And then I saw him push the button. And then it was end of transmission. They didn't show me the result. They didn't show me the Death Star exploding. Just use the Force, Luke. Press the button. It would be like end of scene. Fade to black. There's a lot in that section to unravel. First, it felt like Spirit was still encouraging Biden to not be afraid, to make bold decisions, to use his gifts to the fullest capacity, and that he had crossed a point of no return. That he also has to let go of the past and how he saw the past. He has to do something that has never been done before, and he has to change. He has to change some things. This is not an easy decision. I was struck by the line, "Be in the world, but not of it." I know it's a quote. I didn't know it came from the Bible or there were biblical references there. And I actually looked it up, and AI told me that ways to interpret this is not participating in the world's sinful activities, living in a way that reflects Christ's word and actions, being a light to those who are spiritually lost, and exhibiting the fruit of the Spirit. So if this was a message to Biden, it's like saying, you don't have to participate in that evil. You don't have to go along with the evil. You can reflect a way that Christ would deal with things in his words and actions. You can be a light for those who are spiritually lost. You can exhibit the fruit of Spirit. This is part of your destiny. And it might not be an easy decision to do that. It doesn't necessarily mean that he wins. I was also struck by the line, "Rectification must come before progress." It's as if, again, he's still like, maybe checks and balances will hold. Maybe it will be okay. And even Spirit is saying to him, you have to fix what's wrong before you can move forward. We need to fix what's wrong before we can move forward as a nation. Rectification has to happen. Please listen to your inner voice. It is our voice. So there must be some questioning here. Use the Force, Luke. Use the Force, Biden. He presses the button. He does press the button, but does he hit his target? I don't know. And the reason I don't know is I asked for some clarification here. I said directly with my dowsing rods, does Joe Biden know the election was stolen? I got yes. That seemed clear at the beginning. That it's in the stars. He seemed to be getting some communication. That was a definite yes. He knows, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only, that the election was stolen. Does Joe Biden have a plan for saving the country? Ironically, I got no. Now, there could be a few reasons for this, because this last paragraph, it seems like he's still making those decisions. There were a lot of people helping him with the plan. There seemed to be a plan that was in phases. It looks like there's some attack on a certain group of people, but not the Trump administration. just maybe people who are surrounding him. There seems to be some epic ending. Maybe that has something to do with Putin or what's going on in Europe, or it could be people who are smaller bit players in the country. So there's a plan for that. But there seems to be this last plan. Maybe this is the plan. Like, is he in or is he out? Is there something I can do? He says, I'm limited. There's only so much I can do to stop something. Maybe he doesn't have a plan for the final leg, whether Trump gets in or he doesn't get in. Maybe the information comes out and certain things happen, but maybe people don't act on it. He doesn't have an exact plan. He's still in the midst of making that plan. Then I asked, will Joe Biden take a last stand to save the country? I got maybe, leaning yes. So it was hopeful, but it was still a maybe. Again, showing that he's still making decisions here. Then I asked, will Joe Biden be successful keeping Trump out of the White House? I got maybe, leaning no. That was concerning to me. But it goes along with my interpretation here that last part of keeping him from the presidency seems to be the hardest part of all, especially since he's president-elect. Technically, it's going to be difficult. Then I asked, is NATO helping Joe Biden with a plan to keep Trump out of the White House? I got no answer. I asked, will Donald Trump be inaugurated president in 2025? I got no answer. I asked, will Kamala Harris be inaugurated president in 2025? I got no answer. This has been happening over and over. This is one of the reasons I am not going to put forward my 2025 predictions until December passes, because I'm still getting that decisions are still being made, even by Joe Biden. I'm still getting an unknown for who is actually going to be in the White House. And they don't seem to want me to know anything about what's going down with NATO. It seems completely blocked to me. There have been viewers on this channel that say, Carrie, stop digging in. There's a reason why they don't want you to know that. I'm just going to keep asking, and I'm just going to be honest about what I'm getting. And right now, that information seems blocked for me. Could be for my own good, my own safety, or it could be because putting that out there might disturb plans that might be in place. As you know, Cindy is my partner in spilling the tea, and she always reminds me that there are some things that we're not supposed to know that we need to experience collectively. And she always gives COVID as an example of that. Many psychics couldn't pick up that pandemic. They might have had little hints or little clues, but no one could really put it together. And we know that that experience was something that we absolutely needed to experience collectively. I really believe that. This may be one of those moments as well. So we're going to wait. We're going to see how things unfold. But I do feel like there's something in the works. And this is the month, everybody. This is it. It's happening in December. Things are going down in December, or they're not. If Biden doesn't make the decisions he needs to, if people don't come together cooperatively in the world or global community, if our other branches of government don't do the right thing by our country, I think we might have different predictions for January 2025. So hold on, everybody. Pray. This is an important moment for all of us. This is a great time to journal. This is a great time to reconnect with the things that make you happy and joyful, your family, your friends, all the people that you love. Keep them close. Be grateful for all you have right now. And know we are going to get through it one way or another. we are. And that's my reading on Joe Biden. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with all your friends. As always, it is a pleasure reading for you. Bye-bye.